Hello everybody. In this video, we're just going to briefly go over a little bit about my background, why I would be a great person to help you manage your social media and optimize your social media in order not only to start growing your following, getting views on your videos, but actually also how to start converting those views, interactions on social media into prospects and leads for your business. So we'll talk a little bit about my background and then of course the services that I'm going to provide you for doing so. So let's get right into it, just starting with a little bit about myself. So I've been in content creation for about 4 years now, a little over 4 years, and across just my platforms, not including any of the ones I've worked with, but mine alone, I've grown about 2.5 million followers. I've got over 2 billion views. As I said, been in the industry about 4.5 years, and I've worked with about 32 different brands. International brands, not just in the US, but all over the world. Some of the brands I've worked with are Disney, Netflix, Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen, which was a really fun campaign, by the way. American Tourister, Kit Kat, Make My Trip, a bunch of different others. So I've worked with some pretty high level brands, and for them, I've done everything from start to finish as far as producing content, along with the strategy for the campaign itself. So I was involved in all areas of production of the content, writing, filming, acting in it, editing, the whole 9 yards, and then I was also involved in the strategy side of actually getting the content to the right places, the right audience, the right people at the right times. So that's what I've been doing for the last 4 years. And I've also not only worked with private companies, but I've had the privilege to do some international government projects as well. I worked with the Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry for the government in Japan. We were working, it was a private-public partnership between the Japanese government and a group of 10 of their sake brands there. They were looking to promote these companies to the US market, and I helped manage the entire social media campaign to do this. It was initially a 3-month campaign, but we had so much success doing so that it actually ended up getting extended for a total of 6 months for this campaign. And kind of same thing, I worked with the influencers, with all the people involved in distribution of the product. Everybody from start to finish I worked with to make sure that they had the most high-level, high-performing social media campaign that they possibly could, and we had a lot of success doing so. And it was really great privilege to work with the government of Japan. I also worked with the Department of Tourism for the central government of India, and that was really, really fun projects. Not only did I make short form content for them, but I also got the opportunity to be heavily involved in the production as well as acting in a documentary docuseries that we was there to basically promote tourism in India. But the cool thing about this was because I was involved in that project, along with many other projects for the government of India, I was actually recognized and awarded by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, which was definitely by far the greatest honor that I have had in my life so far. The only prime minister I've met, and it was truly, truly amazing to meet Mr. Narendra Modi ji. And he awarded me for my great work producing and creating content for social media, Instagram, YouTube, the whole thing to help promote tourism in certain areas of India. All right, so that's basically about me. What I do with people is help them with their strategy, their growth, and of course, finally, their results. So let's get into what that will actually look like as far as, what things do I provide you in order to start becoming successful on social media, not just for growing, but for actually converting your interactions, your followers, all these people who are viewing your videos into leads, into prospects, into paying customers for your company. So let's jump right in. All right, so how this works is you're going to film the content, physically film it, and I am going to handle the rest, everything that comes before that and everything that comes after that. So what does that look like exactly? So that's going to start with, first of all, a monthly strategy session with you to really just dive into a roadmap on how we're going to navigate social media for your business. We're going to provide you a weekly shoot list with exact instructions on what you need to film each week, frame by frame, line by line, everything from start to finish, what you need to do so that you or your assistant, whoever it is, just needs to pick up a camera and follow instructions exactly as written, and you'll be able to produce content easily. We're going to work with you in order to make sure that in those videos your brand voice is really there. Your on-camera persona and your positioning framework really defines your brand identity, who you are, what you do, and why people should start working with you. Right now I mostly work with real estate clients. There's a lot of things realtors can do, a lot of fun stuff realtors can do. Most people are not doing it, but I work with realtors to make their content very unique and exclusive, and the type of content that when people see it, not only are they entertained, not only do they follow, not only do they interact, which pushes their videos further out into the algorithm, but also the people say, I like this guy. I like what they're doing. This is cool. When I need to buy a house, whether that's today or 10 years from now, I've found my person to work with to get a house. That's what I work with you guys to do, to make sure that your videos aren't just getting views, but they're actually converting to prospects. All right, so how does that look? Once we get a strategy down, a weekly shoot list, help you figure out your brand voice, all that stuff, then we'll actually provide 10 to 12 scripts monthly. Most of the time, 10 is enough. A lot of people don't have time to film much more than that. But those scripts are going to be including, first and foremost, and probably most important, high retention hooks that stop people from actually scrolling. As most of you guys know, people spend their time, right, doing this all day long, and because they're so conditioned to just keep scrolling until they find something that sticks, it's very hard to get people to actually even stop to watch your video, and this is why most videos fail and don't really get any traction on social media, because within the first 1 to 3 seconds, people just aren't getting pulled into the video. And with the goldfish level of attention span that people have nowadays, it's very important to make your videos have a very strong scroll stopping hook within the first 1 to 3 seconds. So I work with you to make sure that every video you are going to post on your social media, or I should say, am going to post on your social media for you, will actually stop people and make them want to watch the video. A lot of times, once they're hooked on, we work with you to have story-based scripts that connect with people emotionally, that really touch their pain point, or just are extremely entertaining or unique, different, something they wouldn't expect to see, especially not from a business or a somewhat of an ad. A lot of times people they're so focused on creating ads that they really lose the entertainment value of the ad. And what I work with people to do is actually make content that people want to watch, even if they're not in the market for buying a house, right? But they'll just watch it because it's great content. And then that helps push the video out to more people, and eventually it's going to hit people who want to actually buy a home or buy whatever product it is you're selling. But also, even the people who aren't necessarily ready to purchase from you at that time, they are going to follow you, they are going to interact with your post, and when they are ready to work with somebody for the particular product you're selling, you're going to be their person, right? Because they remembered you, they remembered the funny video, they saw it and they said, like I said earlier, I like this person. This is the person I'm going to work with, whether it's today or 10 years from now. When I'm ready to purchase this product, this is my guy. This is my gal, right? And along with that, of course, with the good script, the story-based script, or whatever it is, scripting that we use to pull them in. We want to make sure that we have clear messaging in there that drives people to action, drives people to interact with the video, to follow you, and of course to reach out to you in the event that they're in the market for the product that you're looking to sell. That being said, once the scripting is provided, everything's provided from start to A to Z instructions on what to do, how to film, everything line by line. Then you're going to go out, you're going to shoot it, and then you're just going to take the raw files. You don't need to do anything at all except for take those files and upload them onto a G Drive, Dropbox, whatever. You just basically get them to me, and then we will take it from there and do the rest. And what that looks like is starting with professional video editing services. You can have a great script, a great concept, something super entertaining, but if it's not edited right, it's going to suffer views-wise. It won't be pushed by the algorithm as much. People nowadays especially are very trained to see high-quality editing and high-quality production even in small videos. So it's very important to have quality editing. Everything from also another big factor of editing that people don't realize, it's an attention thing. Editing now is done in a way to constantly keep people's attention with the right jump cuts, with the right frame changes at the right times. It's very important to keep people's attention, especially if you're doing, like, a lot of the stuff I do with people is something that has a bit of a comedic touch to it to keep it lighthearted and keep people entertained. But if you can't get their attention span to the punchline, then the video will never take off no matter how great your punchline is, right? So I really work with people to make sure that the editing is not going to be stopping their video from getting views. So we give high quality editing that will make sure that people get from start to finish of the video, keep them hooked, keep them entertained, keep their attention span on the video through, as I mentioned, jump cuts, thumbnail frames, branding style, music, and pacing. Pacing is probably number one here, and captions. Mostly all honestly things to keep people's attention first and foremost, always. So yeah, we'll provide professional editing for every single one of your videos. And then, and this is a part a lot of people don't even realize is extremely important, which is posting, scheduling, and optimizing your content. So everything from, getting your video posted on multiple platforms, making sure that it's scheduled at the right times to hit the algorithm, writing good, compelling captions that, optimize hashtags, optimize wording that will help the algorithm push your videos out. We also work with you. This kind of ties into scripting and the whole 9 yards, but trend integration. A lot of times, if you're creating content that's following a certain trend that's popular at the moment on social media, the algorithm will actually push that content, even if it's not the best of the trend or it's not necessarily even the best produced video, which you won't have that problem. But just my point is that reason is because the algorithm automatically pushes trending content or content that's following a certain trend. So I'll work with you with scripting and the whole thing to make sure that when there is a good trend that we can integrate into our videos, that we do so. Also, timing optimization. This is, as I mentioned before, it's really important, making sure that you post at peak times when your audience is active, when your audience is engaging. And these are all things that we can find inside the analytics of your social media accounts. Which brings me to my next point. Oh, no, sorry. One more before I get to the analytics. This is the most important point. How could I forget? Lead generation systems. So what we do once the video has been scripted, has been given to you to film, you film it, it's professionally edited, it gets posted at the right time in the right place with the right caption, everything's great. But what's the ultimate point of this video is to give yourself leads, right? To help generate revenue from your social media. So I work inside of all your social media accounts to help you convert your DMs, your direct messages, into conversations with you, or into prospects. I help you to convert your content interactions into conversations with potential prospects. And what I mean by interactions, mostly in this case, would be comments. You can't. It's likes is a good start, but you're really looking to engage with comments of people, which is something that we do. We try to engage with, if not all, as many comments as possible, especially the ones from people who seem like potential prospects. So a lot engaging with people who are commenting and interacting with and engaging with you. And really just making sure that your social media isn't just getting views and followers and attention and traction, which is all good, but it's actually being optimized to convert all your interactions into conversations and prospects for you to start closing. All right, that being said, now to analytics. So at the end of the month, to show you what is happening, what's going on, what progress you're making, we will have a meeting once a month at the end of every month. We'll probably wait about 5 to 7 days until after the month just to make sure everything comes in clearly. But what that looks like is basically just performance metrics and trends. Look at your videos, which videos are actually producing leads, which videos are actually producing the most interactions. We'll also, this is a fun thing, is we'll look into your competitors' social media and compare the two. Obviously, we can't do a deep dive into their analytics because would have to get into their the back end of their social media, but we can still on the front end get a pretty good idea of some of their metrics and see how yours compare to theirs. And by the way, on a side note, I also want to make a commitment to everybody who works with me, and specifically this is mostly for realtors at the moment. As I mentioned, that's really only the people I'm working with, but I only take on one client in one marketplace. So you don't have to worry about me getting hired by somebody else in your marketplace. If you work with me, you're exclusive to me in that county, in that area that you cover. And I'm going to work with you to help you absolutely crush the competition when it comes to social media. So yeah, we're going to dive into not only your insights, your analytics, what videos are working, what aren't, how you're growing, all those things, but we're also going to look at your competitors and compare the two. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to work on some different strategies to help continue to grow or boost your growth even more, and how to start converting more and more of your interactions, your views, your likes, your comments, all those things into conversations, into closes. This is something right now, VIP support and direct access, 2 monthly strategy calls, unlimited messaging, and flexible quick calls. At the moment, this is available to everybody. If we need we already are providing one strategy session at the beginning of the month and then one analytics session at the end. But if you need like one in the middle for whatever reason, shouldn't be the case really. During the middle of the month, we're really just focusing on producing and getting content posted. But yeah, 2 monthly strategy sessions included. You can text me anytime. I'm all, I'll give you guys my information. Texting is always open, and I'm very flexible when it comes to calls. Eventually, this is going to be a VIP support thing. It's only going to be exclusive to a small group of people who pay extra. But right now, for the time being, it's open to everybody who signs up. So keep that in mind. I'm always here to help, always available to work with you, and I'm flexible for doing so. That's pretty much it. That's what you get. 10 to 12 monthly videos across 3 platforms: Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. You get everything from a strategist, editor, content manager, lead gen specialist, the whole deal, all in one for your social media, and the cost is $9.99 a month for doing so. So that being said, you film everything, we handle everything else. I handle everything else. It's just me right now and my assistant. So let's get this going. I think there's tons of potential. There's a few interesting companies out there making good content, but majority of people are not. And there's so much potential for so many businesses to see just mind-blowing growth and people are not harnessing social media, even to this day, the way they really should in order to grow. And I'm here to help you guys do that. So let's make it happen. I will see you guys soon. Definitely book a free strategy session with me where we can just dive a little bit deeper into your plans, your goals, what you're looking to accomplish from social media, and I can give you some pointers right then and there, regardless of if we work together or not. It's a 20, 30-minute strategy session, and then we can go from there. All right, I will see you guys soon. Ciao.